you've got to start thinking about investing right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Every day you wait, you're missing out on chances to grow your money. Picture this. You've got some savings. Maybe it's not enough to buy a house or a car, but it's just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. What's that money doing for you? Absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, people who put their money to work years ago are now reaping serious rewards. Take Tesla, for example. People who invested in Tesla 10 years ago are likely sitting on massive returns today. But Tesla wasn't always a sure thing. Back in 2000 and 2011, many experts thought Tesla was destined to fail. They bet against it, thinking the company would never succeed. Fast forward to 2024, and some analysts still believe Tesla's stock could be overpriced, meaning future growth might slow. The lesson here? Waiting for the perfect time to invest could be the biggest financial mistake you make. There is no perfect moment, just like there wasn't a clear one with Tesla back in the day. What happens when your money just sits there, untouched? Whether it's stuffed in a drawer or sitting in a basic savings account, inflation is slowly eating away at it. This is the reality. In 2024, inflation remains high, especially in sectors like housing and healthcare, where prices have climbed by more than 4%. What does this mean for you? The $1,000 you have right now won't buy the same things in the future. The world is getting more expensive, and your dollars won't stretch as far. Inflation is an invisible thief, and the longer you let your money sit idle, the more it loses its purchasing power. You might be thinking, I'll just keep my money in a savings account. But here's the harsh truth. Most savings accounts today offer almost no interest, around 0.2%. Meanwhile, inflation is significantly higher, so your money is still losing value, even if it's sitting in a bank. Imagine this. After the 2008 financial crisis, some European banks offered negative interest rates. People were literally paying the bank to hold their money. While this hasn't happened in the US yet, it's a reminder that saving your money in a traditional account simply isn't enough anymore. What's the solution then? You need to make your money work for you, and that means investing. And no, you can't afford to wait for the perfect moment. If you think you'll wait until the market is stable or the economy looks better, you're doing more harm than good. The market doesn't wait for you to feel comfortable. It rewards those who take action. Imagine you lived in a world where a savings account offered a 6% interest rate, much higher than anything you'll see today. Even in this fantasy world, your $100 would only grow to $179 after 10 years. That's decent, but not nearly as powerful as what you can achieve with investing. Historically, stock market returns have averaged around 7 to 10% annually, which means over the long term, investing outperforms savings by a long shot. So, what should you do instead? Investing is the way forward. Think of investing like putting your financial future in the driver's seat. Take real estate, for instance. Let's say you buy a house for $300,000 and rent it out for $2,500 a month. After 10 years, you've made back that $300,000 just from rent. Everything after that, pure profit. And if the value of your house increases, you're sitting on even more gains. But real estate can be unpredictable. The housing market surged in 2021 and 2022, but by 2024, things have slowed due to rising interest rates. It's a reminder that while real estate can be lucrative, it's not always a sure bet. This unpredictability makes it all the more important to diversify your investments. If real estate seems too complex or risky, there's a simpler option. Investing in shares, stocks. When you buy a share, you're essentially buying a small piece of a company. If the company does well, you might earn dividends or sell your shares for more than you paid. But how do you know which companies to invest in? Instead of trying to pick individual stocks, consider index funds. These funds spread your investment across a range of companies, reducing your risk. Warren Buffett himself, a man who has built one of the greatest fortunes in history, plans to leave 90% of his wealth in an S&P 500 index fund. If the smartest investor in the world trusts index funds, why shouldn't you? Here's the reality. Investing isn't as risky as it might seem, especially if you start early and play the long game. The sooner you begin, the more time your money has to grow. Even small amounts can compound into something big over time. Money, making more money. Compounding is your best friend in the investment world, and the earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. So, let's cut to the chase. Waiting is costing you. The best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time? Right now. It doesn't matter if you only have a small amount to start with. The key is to just start. Make investing a habit. Be consistent and watch your money work for you.